welcome to my kitchen and another episode of The Holidays Are Coming. Today we're going to make a pumpkin sheet cake. Remember all those sheet cakes I made a while back? I made a chocolate sheet cake and a vanilla sheet cake and a peanut butter sheet cake. And today we're going to make a pumpkin sheet cake because Thanksgiving and Christmas are on the way. This is the perfect recipe to have in your recipe box if you need to take it to a potluck supper or an event of some sort where you're sharing a dessert. This one is positively perfect and positively pumpkin. So come on along and let's make this together. Okay, I want to go over all the ingredients first for our pumpkin sheet cake, and this is just for the cake. We'll do the frosting later, and then we'll move over to the stove because this is actually the cake batter is cooked on top of the stove, just like every other sheet cake I've made. You start out with a cup of water and 2 sticks of butter. I'm going to go ahead and stick that on the stove right now and start it to boiling because it has to come to a boil. And then we have a half a cup of buttermilk. I didn't have any buttermilk today. So this is a half a cup of whole milk with a tablespoon of lemon juice. I just stirred it up and let it sit out, and it turns into a facsimile of buttermilk. It's just acidulated milk, essentially. 1 15-ounce can of solid packed pumpkin, 3 beaten eggs, tablespoon of pumpkin pie spice, teaspoon each, baking powder, baking soda, salt, 2 teaspoons of good quality vanilla, 1 cup granulated sugar, 1 cup brown sugar, 2.5 cups all-purpose flour. And don't worry about writing down the recipe. I will make sure that this goes up on my website. You'll be able to go over there and print it out for your own. So we're going to go ahead and move over to the stove. We're going to change the lighting, and we'll be right back. Okay, our water and our butter are simmering away here. We're going to add in a sugar. You want to make sure all the sugar gets dissolved. And I'm using half white sugar and half brown sugar. You can use all granulated sugar, you can use all brown sugar. You do what you like. I just think that the brown sugar adds a nice extra depth of flavor in here because it's a little molassesy. I think it adds a nice flavor. I'm going to go ahead and add in my vanilla. And I'm going to turn off the heat at this point. I'm just going to move it over. I'm going to add in my flour. Give that a good stir. I'm going to go ahead and add our makeshift buttermilk. I think I'm going to switch to my whisk because I need to break up this flour in here. Oh, I'm sorry. It's always getting in your way, huh? Mm-hmm. You want this batter to be nice and smooth, so you may find yourself switching back and forth from a whisk to a spoon. It just depends. In the end, it's all going to come out nice and smooth, so. All right. Baking powder, baking soda, salt. Get that mixed in there really well, and you can already start to see the baking soda is reacting with the acid. I'm going to go ahead and add my pumpkin. And I previously have prepared a sheet pan. And this is just my standard sheet pan it's a half sheet pan. I buy them at Sam's Club. And I just sprayed it with my misto with some sunflower oil. And then I took a pastry brush and I brushed it so it was even. Put in our pumpkin pie spice. And then lastly, our beaten eggs. And the reason I put the eggs in last is so that I can make sure that they don't scramble because the mixture is too hot. Because I've added all that other stuff in there, it's pretty much cooled the mixture down enough that it's not going to scramble the eggs. All right. I have my oven preheated at 350 degrees. I'm just going to wipe up this little bit. Stubborn piece of pumpkin here. All right. Get all this stuff out of the way. Bring over our pan. Ooh, those are your glasses.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm going to pour our batter. Scrape that pan out really well. And this is when you will find out how even your oven is. When you see how even your cake bakes. And that poured in pretty evenly. If you see a little unevenness in that batter, just go ahead and give it a little bit of a swirl. It's all going to be fine because this is going to somewhat self-level in the oven. And then we put it in the oven. This is going to bake for 20 to 25 minutes. I don't know what that was. What was that?
I don't know. It fell down behind the door.
It was a screw. Okay.
The screw loose.
Yep. 20 to 25 minutes. When that's done, we'll come back and we'll show you what it looks like. Okay, we're going to do the icing now. The cake is almost ready to come out of the oven. We have about 5 minutes left. I have 1 stick of butter that I melted in there. I've added a ½ cup of heavy cream. And now we're going to add 4½ cups of powdered sugar. And that's as simple as it gets. I think I'm going to also add some vanilla in there. So, whoa. That was bad on my part. I'm sorry. I'm just going to put a little vanilla in there. There you go.
I can chop it up.
Oh yeah. And this icing is ready. You can turn off your heat, clean up your mess. Cake has about 3 minutes left in the oven. When it's ready to come out, we'll be right back. Our cake is finished. We're going to take it out. And while it is still warm, you want to pour this icing over the top. Okay. Now I was telling you, you'll see if your oven is level, so now I know that Rick needs to level the oven. Can you see it's thinner at this end than it is at this end?
To level the house first.
You have to level the house. You can level your oven. That's a Rick's tip. You can teach people how to level their oven. See? See, I'm always thinking about you, babe. Did you know you could level your oven? People? I'm sure Rick knows. He knows how to do that. Because Rick is awesome. Okay. It's placed where it wants to be, and then it's going to crust over. And when it's time to serve this up, I'll be back. Oh, I almost forgot. Pecans. And this is just about a cup of chopped pecans, and I chop them. I love to buy large bags, and then I chop them as I need them. Keep them in the freezer because they stay fresher. Okay, there you go. We're gonna let this cool for a little while, and then when we come back, we'll serve you a slice of this pumpkin sheet cake. Okay, I'm gonna cut you a piece of this pumpkin cake. Guess what? They got into it. Well, I got into it. We shared a piece while I was on my hangout with Bev. Look at that. Beautiful. And there you have it. A lovely piece of pumpkin sheet cake. This is going to be perfect for your Thanksgiving or Christmas holiday table. Or anytime. Make it. Take it to work. Take it to church. Make it for your family. Enjoy. It's a really easy cake to make. And you probably have most of the ingredients on your shelf already. So, I hope that you try this, and I hope that you really love it. And I hope that you enjoy it sometime this holiday season. Until next time, I'll see ya!